Hey there, fashion fans. I'm Angela Wolf, and I've got something incredible to share with you. Get ready to immerse yourself in a world of creativity and style with the first ever fashion competition series appearing on your streaming platforms. It's called Fabric to Fashion. Picture this. Passionate designers given a challenge and just 1 week to turn their vision into a stunning fashion creation. Can they do it?
Did you change your mind on your design?
Just didn't fit.
Will they rise to the challenge and showcase their talent to the world?
You have 20 minutes left on the clock. Are you going to be able to get all that finished?
I had a little whoopsie doodle.
All right, Amy, I'm checking in. How did the fitting go? Did you take those little tweaks in the back, and did you try it on yet?
The fitting went great.
Join me on this intense journey as we witness the magic of fabric transformation into fabulous fashion right before our eyes. It's a race against time, a test of skill, and a celebration of creativity like never before. So don't miss out. Tune into Fabric to Fashion exclusively on Made It Myself TV and be part of the excitement. Who will stitch their way to victory? Find out as the drama unfolds and fashion takes center stage on Made It Myself TV. I'm Angela Wolf, and I hope you'll join us for the ultimate design challenge. Let the sewing begin.
Hey, Wolfpack, how's it going? Angela Wolf here, and welcome to Behind the Scenes. Yes, we are live today, and I missed you last week, but there was no way that we could do a live show from the ship. I'm not allowed to call it a boat anymore. I have to call it a ship. So we had a wonderful cruise. We did have internet, but it was so sketchy, and I didn't even want to torture you with it going live and not live and live and not live. So we're here today. I see you all rolling in. Thank you for being here. It's so nice to see you. Yeah, it's actually 60 degrees in Michigan. I think I brought some of the nice weather back with me. And today's show, I've got a few things for you. Few announcements for some giveaways, events, all those things happening this week. I have a whole recap. It's kind of a part one recap because there's so many photos I took. So I'm going to share those with you, talk about the cruise. I saw a lot of questions come through. Somebody saying, when is next year's and is there going to be a next year? Stay tuned for that. And also, I want to give you some updates for Puyallup. I will not be there, as you know. I couldn't pull off doing the cruise. And right now, I would literally be shipping everything out and flying out at the end of the week. I don't think I could have done that. Well, I could have, but I didn't want to. Although I will miss all of you. So it's so nice to see you all. It's so nice to see you all. I was looking at Helen saying that her eyes are swollen. Were you playing in the dust, did you say? You're not complaining. Well, yesterday that was me. I was cleaning and I had just, I don't know. I had an allergy attack yesterday, so I'm so with you. And I'm not complaining either, and I'm super glad to be here. So before we get going, there is it was a long week without you guys too. Although I was with a lot of, I could not believe how many Fashion Sewing Club members, parts of the Wolfpack that went on this cruise. I really wasn't sure. I mean, I really had I had no idea what to expect. I've never been on a cruise before, but I will fill you all in. And I think you're going to want to join us if we do that again. All right, so giveaway. We have a fabulous giveaway. Here's the link. I'm going to drop it in the comments. If you have not entered to win the Angela Wolf Embroidery Thread Laser Beads. Hold on, I got them back here. All right, hold tight. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah, today's casual day. Our friends at Laser Bees have designed these. You can pre-order them right now. There's a discount code, but they're giving one away. So they are custom Angela Wolf embroidery. And I just put the link down below, and it's also on the Facebook page, so if you miss it. And the giveaway is next week. So you have a few more days to enter, almost a week. And then we have a free dime sales event tomorrow for those of you that like to stock up on things for sale. There's a link for that on Facebook as well. So that's the news for the week. Now, let's go into the recap of the cruise. And I'll take your questions. I'll take your comments. You're going to love to see so many of your friends. I think next time we have to have a contest for like the best dressed every day. As you all know, I've never been on a cruise before. So this was kind of a total newbie. I was a little leery, as you kind of know. I'm not nervous at all anymore, and I can hardly wait until the next one. Now, I like the water. but usually it's on our own boat and we're fishing. This thing was like a town. So are you ready to see the whole scoop on it? All right, I'll bring it up. I've got a whole stack of pictures for you and so much fun. I'll share what happened. This is kind of a part one. And guess what? They did have a poker table. It didn't open till 8 p.m. So I was able to play poker just a little bit, which I love. All right, so let's get started. This is, let's see if I can, yeah, this is super fun. All right, you ready? You got the mood going? So here we go. The way it started, this is the whole group. We're actually missing, I think, 5 people from this picture, but this was the majority of them. And let the travel begin. It started out of Galveston, which was really cool. I've never been to Galveston. Have any of you been there? Because they have a beautiful beach. Although when we got there, it was pretty darn cold. Actually super cold. And it was Mardi Gras weekend. So what do you do during Mardi Gras weekend? Well, we found ourselves a great little spot. There we are, freezing our fishes off. You can see the water behind us. That's Win, my husband. So we found a great spot on the border. It's so much fun. You can see all the beach. I actually didn't even get any beads. I was going to buy some, but it was too darn cold to even go out there. So that was day one. Al, you been to Galveston? Okay, so that is such a cool town. And my husband got a book. He always loves those books on the history. And, that place was totally wiped out except for a few minor things from a hurricane. So the history behind it is amazing. But it's a great town. And we had a lot of fun that day. In fact, I probably would go back a day early just to enjoy Galveston for a day. All right, so there's the boat. That's why I have to call it a ship now. Yeah, that's the cruise we were on, Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas. That thing is huge. Yeah, you see it in pictures. Like I took that picture. That was not a picture off their website. That is me standing on one of the port docks. Well, one of the ports, I should say, that was in Cozumel, taking a photo. It almost looks like a postcard, doesn't it? Yeah, it was a little bit crazy. Okay, so we'll keep rolling. So what do you expect when you get on there? Well, we had a beautiful room with a balcony, big enough to sit. You can see Win having coffee in the morning. We had great selfies with the sun in our face when the sun did come out. But when we took off, well, let's just say if it was 40 knots on our boat, we probably wouldn't be out fishing. So when you're on the ship, I was thinking, I always watch the weather and I have an app called Windy. So I knew it was going to be pretty sporty, but I had no idea how the ship would handle it. So on the first 2 days, it was 35 to 40 knots behind us, thankfully. But it was rolling pretty good. You just have to get used to that rolling. I think I'm still kind of rolling a little bit, but it's not bad. It wasn't bad. It was 40 knots on the way back. I'll show you those pictures later. All right, so the sewing. Okay, this was so much fun. So we sewed on days that we were at port, but then also they had open sew. They had some classes in the evenings. They had other things happening during the day. So if you wanted to go on shore, you didn't miss anything. Those days, we kind of went to the pool, Win and I, which you'll see. I know, it is like a town. It was like 3 towns, actually, Susan, when you see the rest of these. All right, so Wolfpack member Phyllis over on the right, she had the cutest clothes. Now, you might have seen her clothes in Fashion Sewing Club. She showed us everything she made last year. So, Phyllis, I better start now for next year because I have to update my wardrobe for next year. All right, there's another Phyllis, the Phyllis on the right from Sean Sewing, who was amazing. She taught some classes. She's pretty much, if you don't know Phyllis, you'll have to get to know Phyllis and Sean. Great people at the Brothers store. She is so talented. And all of her ladies that they came down in on a bus was a very cool story. Yeah. And there's Phyllis again in one of her outfits. So there's 2 Phyllises, Phyllis and Phyllis right here. So I don't have all the photos here, but I just want to give you a quick rundown. There's Sean from the store, Sean Sewing to the left. And you can see all the other girls. I'm just going to go through and show you a lot of these. We had such fun times. And a lot of people made their own clothes, which is cool because a lot of times you go on a sewing cruise and you're like, oh, what do you wear? What do you wear? Well, everybody made their own clothes. It was super cool. All right, here's another photo. Phyllis, I guess I got you in like every photo the first day. Oh, yes, there's Pete and Glenda. You all recognize them. So Pete and Glenda, I call them my world travelers because they literally have traveled around the world twice on a cruise. Yeah, I actually jokingly said that in class. I said, they've traveled around the world, and she goes twice. There's Karen Meyer. She had some beautiful clothes that she made, and Karen actually had outfits to match her hat, which was really fun. And there's Sean and Wynn. So each day was a little bit casual. Well, it was different. During the day, it's super casual. Debbie, the next cruise, you'll have to wait, but they haven't planned it specifically. But if you want to mark it on your calendar, I would kind of pencil in the end of next January or February. You'll have to stay tuned for it. Yeah, but it's going to be, I'm telling you, it was so much fun. I can hardly wait to go back. Okay. And so in the evening, some evenings would be casual. Some were formal. A lot of different, you pretty much can wear anything. I mean, I saw everything from super casual, but when they give you like a recommendation for dinner, it was kind of fun to dress up like that, except for the night that they wanted all white, because half of us said they should have done that at the beginning of the cruise because either we already wore it and it was dirty or we don't look good in white, one or the other. All right. So next up, I put on a fabulous fashion show. It was a very casual fashion show one afternoon. At one of the times that we were at port, but they had this place on the boat called Dazzles. What a great name, right? So Dazzles is a 2-floor kind of it's a bar, not kind of a bar, like a lounge bar, but they had a piano bar. They'd have entertainment there at night. Well, guess what? Nobody's in there from 3 to 4. So we were able to snag it for an hour. And it had this beautiful looking runway. I didn't even put that together. It was already there. So we're already saying next time we're going to even up that fashion show a little bit more. So you can see our friend Kimberly up here. We got Tara. They were both wearing their own outfits. And then here comes some of the beautiful gowns. So before I went to the fashion show, every night I would have Wynn take a photo of me out on the balcony. And isn't that water beautiful? So I think this was in Costa Maya, I believe. We didn't get off the ship there. We had too much fun. Big secret, which I don't want to tell everyone, but when you're at port, everyone gets off the boat. So you have a whole ship to yourself. It's kind of cool, actually. So anyways, I pulled this dress. Do you all remember this? I made this quite a few years ago. The embroidery down one sleeve. Yeah, I was pretty excited. It still fits. And he took the first photo. I go, Wynn, that's so boring. So then he kind of cockeyed it. I'm turning him into a photographer of some sort. Kind of, right? So this was getting ready to leave for the fashion show. Here are some photos from the fashion show. This is Phyllis's beautiful daughter, Anna. Oh, Anna, if you're watching, you rocked that fashion show. And then the little girl in the middle, I don't know her name, and I know that I should, but we snagged her. She worked on the boat, and we're like, would you model for us? She did a great job. So it was super fun. So we had 1 hour. I threw in as many outfits as I could. I'm already working on the next batch of all new outfits for next year. Yeah, this was great. But look at the view. So the view that you're looking at looks out to the middle of the boat. So at the middle of the boat, there's this whole opening. So this is all glass at the end where you see my little body way down there. And then this is at the end toward the outside door. So a lot of beautiful views here. All right, now let's talk about some of the outfits. Kimberly finished her jacket. So if you watch some of the videos from when we did this great show, the events at my studio. Yeah, Kimberly was there. She worked on this jacket and she meticulously placed a lot of the flowers in different places on her collar. A lot of work to be able to do that. Well, she wore the jacket. It looked gorgeous. So I had to point that collar out. And I'm wearing, it was 70s night. How perfect. So you all remember the dress form behind me that had the cute 70s outfit on it for like 3 years? Yeah, I finally had a chance to wear it again, which was very fun. Down below, you see Brenda. She gave me this beautiful bag. She said, when you're on a cruise, you're going to need a small bag. So right. just to put in your credit card, your phone. Well, you really don't need your credit card. You just need your room card. And I think it's the first trip I've ever been on where I did not lose my room card. So I guess we're moving up in the world. Yeah, I know. Oh, thanks, Annette. That was my first tattoo, that dress, Peg. You're so right. And Kimberly's jacket. So it's the Blair jacket that will be coming out this year. I don't have an exact date yet, but I can tell you it's pretty soon. Susan, that was the jumpsuit. Let me go back. Do you all remember the story about the jumpsuit? Yeah. Well, I learned how to make it a little more comfortable as far as, when you have to go to the restroom or anywhere like that. I wore a cute sports bra under it that looked kind of like a top. Makes it so much better, so much easier. And also I didn't have to have a bunch of pins right here. Somebody said, well, I have a pattern for that. Well, I might, because it's really popular right now and it's super cute. All right, let's go over here. Karen Meyer, so fun to see her and her husband, Ted. So we took photos together. She actually had the cutest outfits each day, some with matching hats. So we took a photo with the hat and a photo without the hat. And that's in the classroom. So how many of you been to an expo or a sewing expo, anything like that? And, I did not know what to expect on a cruise ship. It's kind of like, is it going to be a nice room? Is it going to be really wavy down there? Is it going to be how sometimes those rooms get so cold? It was absolutely beautiful. It looked brand new. You could see the carpet and the walls, and they had 2 TVs going. Whit did a great job on the technology for this. So yeah, really fun. All right, and then you have Janet Ensign from Seattle. She made all of her own dresses. And, her outfits were so cute as well. She had a couple traveling tanks that were perfect. I wish I had brought mine, but I accidentally left it in Florida on my last trip. So this time I'm making a whole separate wardrobe for the cruise, and I'm starting now. So by next year, it'll all be packed and ready. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. The Blair jacket eventually. I know. Kimberly did such a good job. Didn't she, Jody? Kimberly, they were in that class. Yeah. It's so fun when you see the finished results for some of these things. Bev, you've been on a quilting cruise. Nice. Oh, thanks, Susie. Phyllis, she agrees with me. You hardly knew it was moving. Even the last day, which you'll see at the end, when it was blowing 40 knots and we're going into it, I was thinking this is going to be the longest night in history. I slept like a baby. Of course, I'll save the end of the story till the end. Definitely. All right. So I'm wearing the Jenny wrap dress, which is also coming out this year. I have 3 patterns that are going to be coming out here shortly. So you can get a little teaser on that. I made it a few years ago. It's time to get it out because wrap dresses are totally in. So here's another view of the classroom. Oh my gosh. So I knew about maybe a third. No, I would say closer to a half. I knew a half of the people there, either from my live shows, from being in the Fashion Sewing Club, or I recognized their name. Like if you're here right now, say hi in the chat. I always love to see that. But the other half of the ladies I did not know. They were from Phyllis's area in Bronson. They took a bus down, and you left there like, I've got a bigger sewing family. So do all of you. Like actually, we just added to the Wolf Pack, or the Wolf Pack added to us, one or the other. But every age, every style, and we have one common thread, literally sewing, which is super awesome. So you can see this is the back area. These ladies are just hanging out while in the class, seeing if there's an open machine to play on. The room was beautiful, though. You can see the banner behind. We had all Brother machines, the Luminaire, and a few other models, which was really nice to be able to play on. I think, I'm not going to spill the beans unless they decide to do it in the chat, but I'm pretty sure a couple of the Wolfpack members added a Luminaire to their sewing room. So congrats on that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so if you have questions, drop it in the chat because I've got a ton of more to show you. And like I said, I'm doing like a 2-part series because I have so many photos. And then you just have to watch on Instagram for a lot of these to go through. And yes, and we finally got to meet Karen's husband. Super nice guy. You guys are such a cute couple. Phyllis, I didn't try it. Phyllis said she's not doing quilting. Oh, you need it by September? All right, Jody, I'm on it. I'm on it. You mean before you come back to the studio, or you got something else going on? All right, cat's out of the bag. Karen got the Luminaire. Yeah, and the Print Moda. So I think she's going to have a lot of fun with that. Definitely. All right, let's take a look at some more of these photos. Did I take a room at the poker? I did not take a photo at the poker table. No. All right, so we got an opportunity. This is Debbie, that she's part of the Wolf Pack. She might be in here today, so say hi if you are. And then in the middle is Phyllis. Not Phyllis. Oh my goodness. Kelly. I just called you Phyllis. Kelly and her family are the ones that had the Presley cruise a few weeks prior. You saw her on my live show. They put together amazing events. If you're ever in Bronson, you definitely have to go see their show. But her and her family, her daughter was Anna that you saw in the fashion show. Her son is Ben, who we call the zipper. You'll see a video on that. He helped zip the girls into their dresses. Anyways, we got to go up to Debbie's beautiful room to get a view because it was a beautiful, like a 1-bedroom suite. It was gorgeous. So on the ship, you have a lot of options. I used to always picture, I don't know about you, but you'd see things in movies. I would always picture this little room down below with like no windows or like a window this big and bunk beds. And I was like, I can't do that. No. Well, guess what? You don't have to. There were some beautiful rooms. There's rooms with balconies on the inside. Those are a little bit less expensive but you're still overlooking what they call like a New York park. Then you have balconies on the outside. That has to be mine, go-to. And then they have different sizes of suites. Obviously more expensive the higher you go. But my goodness, we had a walk-in closet. We had a beautiful bathroom. I kind of wanted to stay there for another week. It was so nice. Oh, yeah, but I didn't. We're back. All right, what else do we have? Here's some more photos, and I'll be sharing all these on social so you can get good close-ups of all of your friends. But you got Kimberly and Janet down below. Tara hand-dyed her top right down here. Is that cute or what? The Delilah. The dyeing turned out gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's Glenda again. And then we got our group of girls at the top here. It was so fun to see all of them. And they all said, would you do a fitting class next year on the cruise? And I thought, that would be kind of a fun idea. So I was thinking, because it's really hard to cut in those small rooms. You don't have a lot of room for tables and stuff. But what do you think if you went on a trip and I gave you the pattern in advance and you brought your muslin with you? And then we did a 1-day fitting. I think that would actually work. I think that would be fun for those that want to learn more about fitting. And that's one of my specialties. So, Peg, you've seen the Presleys? No way. Oh my gosh, they're the coolest family ever. Definitely. All right, here's some more photos. So this is the dinner hall. So one thing that I didn't even realize, of course, because I've never been on a cruise, is that, part of the cruise fee, there was an extra fee if you were in the sewing side. And I had a lot of people saying, what is that for? Is that just for the kits? No, it's actually for sending all the sewing machines there. That's a huge hoopla. Renting the conference room, all the activities, but they organize a whole section of the dining room just for us. So Wynn and I tried to hit every table. We missed a couple tables, but at least I got photos. But anyways, you can mingle with everyone there. So that's where you get together every night. And then, of course, there are some other restaurants that are really good as well that you can pay for. But we ended up eating there every night. It was delicious. And it's kind of like the end of the day, what did you do type thing. So really fun. So this night was not the formal night, but I can't remember what the theme was for this evening. It might have been, oh, maybe it was the last formal night. I had a really cute dress to wear that night. And for those of you who've never been on a cruise, the food is really good. The drinks are really good. And so I actually had a dress I was saving for the last night for formal night. Well, I made the comment I wanted to wait till I got a little tan and went to the gym a couple times. Scratch that. That's a really, really bad idea. And I'll tell you why. Because after, even though I went to the gym, and by the way, let's just talk about their gym. They have got the state-of-the-art equipment. I mean, state-of-the-art, brand new, beautiful equipment. And when everybody gets off the ship on those days, I had the whole gym to myself. It was amazing. So thinking that you're going to do that till the end of the cruise doesn't always work out. So if you've got that super cute, smaller dress, wear it the first day. Just a tip. I'm saving it for the first day next year. Yeah. All right, it's for my studio. I'll get that dress done for you. Very fun. All right. Okay, so let's go through a few more of these fun photos. All right, so we did not get off the boat until we got to Cozumel because the first two was our first cruise. And I thought, you know what, I just want to enjoy the pool and lay out. I didn't know if I needed to work or, you know, I had a lot of unknowns. So we did get off the boat at Cozumel. You can see there's a lot of shopping. See that thing right there? That's guacamole in the middle. Yeah, so the first restaurant we went to, they said, would you like guacamole? I said, sure. Do you see how much guacamole that is? I love guacamole. Love, love. And the problem is guacamole doesn't always love me. So I ate all of that. Wynn doesn't even like guacamole. So all afternoon I was walking around going, oh my gosh, my stomach is killing me. Well, that's because I ate that whole fish of guacamole. So noted. Next time I go to that restaurant, I'll ask for a minnow, not a snapper. Oh, thanks, Patty. Thanks, Mary. All right, so let's see what else do we have. I've got some more for you. I know you guys love to see all these photos anyways. We'll be posting a lot of these in the Fashion Sewing Club as well. Here's some of the sewing. You can see the nice machines they're working on. And Janet made the cutest bag. I think she posted a photo of this in one of the groups. I'm not sure. If she didn't, Janet, you got to do it because her bag was really cute. Here's Karen. Now, this was the white night, and I had a cute white shirt, but it just didn't look good on me, so I wore leopard instead that has like an off-white. I think I got a pass. But Karen had white on. It looks gorgeous. So her sleeve is all embroidered. You can hardly see it with the white on white in the video, but I'm sure she'll share it on in the Facebook group. But Karen, you got to tell about this whole neckline piece. She had beautiful fabric on the front, and I thought it was like hand done flowers. So she'll share it in the Facebook group, and Karen, be sure to share those photos and tell us how you made it. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because it was pretty cool. Very nice dress. And you can see your husband, Ted, behind there. So every night dinner was beautiful. The dining room's beautiful. Where you see me here, this is up at the top where it's another restaurant. This is where we would go for breakfast. And you all know I'm on the water all the time, but I'm never 16 stories high. There's 16 floors on this boat. And so when you look down, I'm a little afraid of heights. So it took me, probably 2 days just to be able to sit at the edge there where I'm sitting. And then after 2 days, I was able to look down. And then it got a little addicting because when we would come in and out of the ports, if I would see what we call a line or birds working or anything like that, I'm like looking for the fish. I know I'm going to see a sailfish or a shark or something. I didn't. I did see some dolphins, but I never saw some fish. But I did see a place that I would have definitely fished if I was on a fishing boat. And no, we didn't take a charter. We do that. We fish all the time. I wanted a different experience. They are good fat. Susan, I think I ate enough avocados to last me a month. I don't know if it works like that. Oh, gosh. Here's Glenda. We didn't even compare notes, but we both dressed up like leopards that day. Yeah. Super cute. Thanks. Betsy, I've resisted cruises too. In fact, I've been invited through the past years on quite a few, and I've turned them all down. And I even turned this one down the first 3 offers. Well, 2 offers. 3rd time's the charm. I said yes. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. All right, here's formal night. Doesn't this look great? So if you look closely, there's Kimberly. She had a really cute dress on. Janet. Karen. I didn't get photos of everyone on the formal nights, but I did try to get some while we were getting into the restaurant or leaving the restaurant. It went by so fast. I think they always have photo areas set up. I think next time we should have a designated place for the wolf pack to get a nice big photo together. I think that would be fun. Oh, we got a lot of cruisers in here. I did not see flying fish, but I have seen many of those when I'm out fishing on my own, but I did not see any flying fish. Okay, do you want to know what this is? Oh yeah, this is pretty funny. So can you tell what those are? I'll take a sip of tea and let you guess for a second. Hey, April, great to see you. Did I find the avocados different? I thought they tasted just about the same. Legs, you got it. Feet. So this display was so hilarious. Let me give you a close-up. Those are shoes. So they're all, Barb and I were walking around trying to check this out. They're a bunch of shoes that are spray painted. So I've got a huge collection of shoes that I might not even ever wear again. And I was thinking this would be such a fun display to do. A batch of shoes. Let's spray them all gold. I could make a great display. Maybe right in the backyard of my office. I don't know. That would be a lot of work, but it was pretty darn cool. Legs and high heels. Definitely. Oh gosh. Okay, so more photos for you. So do they have shopping? Yeah, they have a ton of shopping. I didn't really get an opportunity to shop until the last day. Bought myself a ring and, well, I should say win, but got me a ring and some earrings that were beautiful. The blue color, which I love. I don't know what, is it aquamarine? Yeah, and matching earrings. But Phyllis found this great purse. Check out her bag. So they had a lot of high-end things, like high-end watches, high-end. So if you're looking for something really special, they have it for sure. So this was her purse. Super cute. That was her big, what do you call it? Big present at the end of her shopping, at the end of working her tush off for the whole week. Legs and shoes. Yes. So there's Phyllis. Sean, Tara, you're kind of squashed in my head there. I don't know how, either you're photobombing or we squashed you out of the picture. Then you have Sean and then you have Lynn. So this was on the main level. The last evening we were there, they had a bunch of bands playing. Everybody was shopping. Tara and I went into the sunglass place. I did get a pair of sunglasses. You'll see that here soon. It's pretty funny, pretty funny. Hi, Sharon. Great to see you. Okay, this. Are you wondering what the heck this is? So if you've ever been on a cruise, I guess it's something normal. We had the best guy take care of our room. And they come in every morning, every afternoon, or every evening. And usually whenever we go somewhere, we're like, don't bother cleaning our place because we keep it clean. But I said, you know what, this time we're going to spoil ourselves. Let's just let him. Oh my gosh, the place was beautiful and immaculate every day. We always would have more coffee and all that. But a couple things about this photo. They would always decorate the towels or roll them up into funny things. So of course I had to take a photo. Yeah, it's so funny. Sharon says the cruise was awesome. It's nice to see you, Sharon. And there's more, but do you see the pink flamingos? Have any of you ever seen a pink flamingo before? Just out of curiosity. So just backtracking just a little bit. When we first got there, we stayed in Galveston. We had an awesome Uber driver, Gina. I'm sure you're not watching, but if you are, or if you get Gina, who's the Uber driver in Galveston, she's amazing. So we were with her for hours, which was great. But anyways, I saw a lot of different things there the first day. But on our pickup from the cruise, Louis, who was also amazing, we didn't have to fly out till 4 and he picks us up at 9. So we had the whole day as an adventure. But one of the places we went, all of a sudden there was a pink flamingo. I thought it was like a yard art, and then it started flying. I have to admit, I don't recall, unless I'm missing something, I don't recall ever seeing a pink flamingo in my whole life. So, Mom, I have to ask you, when we used to go to Disney and SeaWorld, I know you're probably watching, maybe later, but did we see pink flamingos? I don't know. I've never seen one. They're neon coral in San Diego. I guess I've been missing out. Yeah, what the heck? So now I can add it to my bucket list. I love swans. Now I'm going to have to go with pink flamingos. So there you go. Okay, what's this? This is what we did on the 2 days that we weren't working. I rented a cabana. And by the way, if you're going to rent the cabana, you probably want to do it before you cruise. It's a lot cheaper. Because when I wanted to book it for the next day, it was like triple the price if you do it on the boat. So they left me a great sign. Welcome, Angela Wolf. We had a great place to sit. And I knew that I'd want to sit and answer emails, although I didn't realize the internet would be so sketchy. But this had a little overhang. So you get a little shade, your feet would get some sun, and it was a great place to lounge and have a few drinks. So super fun. So there's Win. That was what he did during the day. There's Barb. You all know Barb M. We say Barb M because she's always on the Brother Live Show. She'll be on the Brother Live Show, I think, in a couple weeks, doing something for St. Patrick's Day. So she was the brother educator that was there, and she taught so many classes and demos. It was just amazing. So shout out to Barb. Super fun time. And I was so glad I got to spend a week with you. Okay, so photo on the left is the view from our cabana where you could see the whole pool. By the way, there's great people watching. Great. Some you cannot unsee though. So I'm just going to say, I have a sign at the cottage, and don't take this the wrong way, but we do have a sign at the cottage that say, friends, don't let friends wear Speedos ever. Never, ever, period. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're at the pool, you probably saw what I saw, and you know what I'm talking about, and I'm going to leave it at that, and you can just let your imagination wander, or maybe not, maybe not. But it was great people watching, definitely great people watching, and Win and I laughed so hard that I'm pretty sure I lost 5 pounds off of that laugh. So anyways, there's Tara. We hacked the... we didn't hack it, but we went to the sunglass store, and you all know that I think I mentioned this on yesterday's live show, Win always says, Ange, your head's too small for those glasses. You look like a bug. So we went through the store and tried on the biggest, best sunglasses we could find. So do you think we look like bugs? I don't know. I ended up buying a pair of Ray-Bans instead that I really liked, but we sure had a lot of fun trying these on. Oh, yeah. Oh, were there flamingos, Phyllis, in Puerto Maya? I did not see those. Oh, Phyllis, you must have been at the same pool that I was at. Oh, my gosh. You guys are hilarious. Yeah. So that'll be in our private chat later. I did take photos, just a couple, but I won't share them here. I'll probably find out it's somebody's brother or something, you know? I wouldn't want to embarrass you like that. All right, what else do we have? We're almost finished here. So this was the last day, and it was blowing 40 knots at us, kind of like quartering us at the front. And I thought, this is going to be the roughest day ever. I actually went up and packed, because you have to pack your bags the night before and put your suitcases out. You save one bag for, which I did not know this, but you save one bag for your stuff for overnight. And then the next day when you walk off, all your luggage will be downstairs for you. So I thought I better pack our bags while it's light out, because I have a feeling it's going to be super rough. You know, I have to tell you, it was kind of wonky. I guess that'd be the word. So when you walk down the center of the boat, you kind of look like you've been drinking, even if you haven't. It's kind of like just a stroll. But it wasn't too bad. They did have, I did go down and play poker, and that was on a lower level, like 4, which you could feel it. You'd feel a few waves hit. It's like, whoa. But I didn't lose my cards out of my hand. It does. I did ask the dealer though. I said, I noticed something on your stairs. So I would always try to take the stairs, and they had these little packages, like the airplane, the little bags. Do I need to tell you what those are for? Yeah, they had them at the bottom of each stair in nice little containers. And I said, so you've got like puke bags at your stairs. That's so nice. He goes, they're comfort bags. So the proper word are comfort bags. Just in case you're feeling a little wheezy, they had you all prepped for that. Yeah, we'll call them comfort bags. It was rough. Phyllis, did you sleep okay though? Oh, Carly, you want to know the cruise. So I'll bring that up here in a second. And they haven't announced the date, but I'll fill you in on that in just a second. So this photo here was the third or fourth little hanging towel thing that Nitaj did for us. And it was a monkey. Now, if you look to the left, that was our balcony. So one thing I learned, and there's a huge sign on your door. So we probably should have noticed that earlier, but I did not read it. I didn't see it, but I have to blame Wynn on this one. So it says, do not leave your back balcony door open if you leave the cabin. Like shut it, lock it. Also, if your balcony door is open, the air conditioning doesn't work anyways, or the heater or any of that. So shut it and then leave the door. Well, after class, I went up there to dump my suitcase in there, or it was after the fashion show actually. And we could not get the door open. I opened it and I got it open maybe that far. You could hear a wind noise and it slammed back. And I thought, what's going on here? And it was pretty rough. I mean, this was like right as the storm was picking up. And so I grabbed Atish and I said, Atish, what am I going to do with this? He goes, I don't know. So he opened the door. He couldn't get it open. So there's three of us trying to open it. He goes, no. Somebody's going to get hurt. Like if your hand had slapped in there, I would be missing my fingers. He just rolled his eyes. He probably knew, and he was the best, but he probably knew we didn't read the sign. So he had to go through the next cabin all the way out to the outside of the edge of the deck while it's blowing 40 knots to get over to our side, to shut our door, to then open the door. So just so you know, if it's super, super rough like this, shut your balcony door before you leave. So I jokingly said to him, Natish, I just wanted to see if the monkey would fly. He didn't think that was very funny, but it didn't. It was still there. So anyways, that's your note for when it's super rough. So we're just about out of pictures here. I have to share this one because every time I travel, I always tell you guys, if those of you that like to look for church, if you're Catholic, there's an app called masstimes.org. Great app. You can look it up. It'll tell you exactly where the churches are. So when we got there, it was a Saturday, so we were able to go to the first church, which is the big picture up at the top. Super old church, super huge. And then on our way back, we had plenty of time to get to the airport, so we found another church, St. Patrick's, there in Galveston. And if you see that sign in the middle, it says 1900 flood survivors. So that building actually survived the flood. I didn't read everything about the first church, the one at the top, but beautiful places to go. And the story and the history of Galveston was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I know the cute monkey tell. So for all of you that are sharing photos, be sure to add hashtag SoFunCruise so we can see them. The website is sofuncruise.com. So I just talked to Kelly earlier. They are planning another cruise for next year. I can't give you the dates yet. They don't have them solidified. I can probably tell you it's going to be towards the end of January, middle of February. But here's the deal. Everyone who was on the first cruise gets first dibs, just like I do at my classes here. So they get first dibs on the dates. And if there's enough people that want to go, they might possibly open a second week, the week after. So like 2 weeks in a row, but that's not affirmative. So that's all I can tell you that is unofficial news, because it's really unofficial. But if they do it, it will be at the end of January or February. And that's the details. So they have a website. They have a newsletter. Go sign up for their newsletter. You can even leave them a note that you're interested in the cruise. You can also send me a note and I'll put your name on a list and send it over to them immediately. So that as well. Yeah, I know. I had to leave this up for a minute. Can you believe that Wynn is actually wearing a suit and tie? That never happens. Never ever. But he sure looked cute. That's exactly why, Phyllis. We learned the hard way. What happens during the hurricanes? You know, we didn't have a hurricane. Oh, that happens during the hurricanes. Yeah. Thankfully, we didn't go through a hurricane, but 40 knot winds is pretty darn sporty, if in my book, I would say. But it was great. I mean, I slept like a baby that night. In fact, I didn't even want to get off on Sunday. So if this is going to be a 2-week cruise for one group and then a second group, I'm in because I could stay for the full 2 weeks. Might have to hit the gym a little more often, but other than that, oh gosh. Oh, thanks, Susie. I thought they did too. I'll just wear them with my girlfriends. How's that? Better take your boxes. Yep. All right. Any questions? Oh, thanks, Lisa. Hey, Carla, if you message me, or why don't you go to sofuncruise.com and sign up for their newsletter and leave them a note, because it was a lot of fun. So was there any like downside to cruising? Well, I've never been on a cruise before, so I wouldn't even know what to compare it to. But I was expecting the worst, because if you expect the worst, it's got to be better, right? And from the time we arrived, so you have to understand, Wynn and I are on the water all the time. We've been to Key West many times, and we'll be standing on shore because we just got in from fishing and watching all these people get off this boat. And I'm like, never, ever, ever am I doing that. It's like a cattle call. Well, there is a lot of people, but I have to say that ship is so big. I never had a problem getting a seat anywhere. I never felt crowded, except for coffee on the last day because everyone wanted coffee. But that's it. I mean, when you got on the ship, they're so friendly and organized. I hate to say it. Everyone I've met at TSA is always very friendly. So don't take this the wrong way either if you work at TSA. But if you work at an airport, behind the counter or anything, I think Royal Caribbean should maybe train some of these people because it was as smooth as can be. Yeah. And then we're on the boat. That was it. Oh, ship. Sorry. It's on the ship. I did not get off at the first 2 ports. I think I would like to take the same cruise again because I might actually get off. I was so leery. I've never been on one before. How do you get back on? All that stuff. Pretty easy. Very easy. Rocking to sleep. Are they on Facebook? Yeah, they are. So their Facebook page is So Fun Cruise. Let me see if I can drop a link in here for you. I don't think I have Facebook open right now. Yeah. You know what? I'll put it in the newsletter, Esther. I had some of those, Mary Lou. It's definitely, I know, Helen, never say never. I've said never for years. I remember when you all were telling me you're going on a cruise, I was like, you're crazy. 14-foot seas, you're nuts. It was 14-foot seas, and you would have never known it. The cruise left on Sunday and got back on Sunday. So it was a 7-day cruise, which I really enjoyed because by the time you go through all the trouble getting there, I think a 3-day would be way too short, and a 5-day, you'd want more. 7 days was about perfect. And you had a lot of free time. So I had somebody say, well, what if I want to bring my spouse, or I want to bring a friend, or I want to go by myself? There was all of that happening. A lot of the Wolfpack went by themselves, and some of them got together and did things together. Some of them just went off on their own as well. It was very safe. And you met other friends on there too, which was kind of cool. Some people brought their spouses, and some people didn't want to join at any of the dinners that night. They went and did their own thing, that's the beauty of it. You're on a cruise. You can do whatever you want to. So yeah, there's a lot of talks for next year. So you'll have to just wait and see. And I've heard that Royal Caribbean is the best. All right. Okay, let's move on to, let's see. Google shows a whole island like toothpicks. All right, so that's the cruise update. I will be sharing a lot more photos on social. Poker was really good. I won all the way up until one night I lost a little bit. The last night I was up $4.50, if you can believe it. And Wynn said, I want to go walk the boat. So we did. And we had a lot of fun. They have a ton of different like nightclubs and bars and things like that. A lot of good music and a lot of good entertainment. So that's a cruise wrap. If you want news on what's happening, be sure to go to So Fun Cruise, sign up for their newsletter, and let them know. And you can also message me privately, and I will send it over to them. All right, Puyallup. Who's going to Puyallup? This is usually my favorite show of the year. It still is my favorite show. Jeff and Devin, I'm going to miss the heck out of you guys. But I won't be there because I couldn't swing both. And I'm making sure I've got a little updates for you guys of who's going to be there and what booth they're in. So Vogue Fabrics is going to be there this year. You all asked for Vogue Fabrics to come back. And guess what? They did. They did. Ricky says me. It would be fun, you guys. It would be fun. Oh, you guys are all going to, Ricky's going to Puyallup. All right. Vogue Fabrics is in booth 704 to 708. We really missed them last year because they have such great fabrics. So 704 to 708 is Vogue. And Ricky, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss you though. But you do have your custom scissors from Kai. That's a good thing. They didn't look good this year, Phyllis? I didn't even look actually. Yes, Vogue is coming. So go by and say hi to Rogie. I don't know if Rogie's going to be there or her brother, but tell them thank you for sponsoring Fabric to Fashion too, because they're such great people and family-owned business. You always got to support. All right, I didn't get an email back yet from Devin to find out what booth they're in, but you definitely have to go to Kai Scissors. And I have one more booth for you, Joe. Joe has 16 booths this year. That's a lot. So you can't miss him. He's in that other back room there. And he said you can't miss him. The position is booth 135, but he's got 16 of them. So you can go see Joe there. Remember, this probably will be one of his last years traveling a lot of these because he's going to be focusing on TV and stuff. So you'll want to go by and say hi to him. And Amanda's bundles, I haven't heard back from her yet to find out what booth she's in, but I'll keep you guys up to date. But you got Amanda's bundles. Hopefully she'll be there. You've got the Brother Dealer. They'll be there. Usually they have a ton of booths and they had great deals. Last year, Amanda got an awesome deal on a Stellaire. So always, that's where you can always get a great deal, especially on embroidery stabilizer, I've learned. So keep that in mind too. Same space as last year. I think it is, Ricky. I think Joe is. So there is a fashion show. I guess I haven't seen much about it, but Joe said they're doing a Dancing with the Stars fashion show, just a low-key one. There's going to be hors d'oeuvres. It's free Saturday night, I think at 6 p.m. So Saturday night, 6 p.m. fashion show, Dancing with the Stars. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's some serious activity. Yeah, I'm just making sure that none of the others emailed me back. Nope. So as soon as I hear about the booths, I'll let you know. And somebody said, is there going to be a Wolfpack meet and greet? Well, I won't be there, but if you guys decide to do one, make sure you post it in the Angela Patterns group so everybody knows where to gather. Maybe you should just go back to the Kai Scissors booth. Plan a time. Thursday, 4 p.m., something like that. That way you can all get together and get a photo. Clovis, your son got married on a cruise. Now that's cool. Delia, the fashion show? Oh, I know, Lynn. I'm not going to be there. But thank you for saying that. The fashion show, Delia, I think is in, like if you go through the whole show in the back behind Joe's booth. Oh, I can't remember what building it's in. Just when you get there, ask. It's in the building where they had fashion shows the last few years, where I had my fashion show and the last few. So pop in there and see, or stop by Joe's booth. He'll tell you where it's at. Okay, now moving on to one last thing. We have just like 2 more minutes. Did you watch Fabric to Fashion? Did you watch the premiere? Because that was last before I left for the cruise, and then I kind of was out of the loop for a week. So what did you think? So first of all, just to be clear, the show actually cut off early on part 2. Poor Devin. I felt so bad for him. So Devin, let me bring myself back. So Devin had his boys are watching the show, waiting. So Devin, I gotta split the beans on this one. Spill the beans, split them. Like, Daddy, you're on TV. Daddy, you're on TV. He comes running down, and then boom, it's gone. It went to a jewelry show. It was a total mishap. The Made It Myself TV had no idea what happened. They were like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. So they played episode 1 and 2 again on Saturday night and Sunday night, and now it's on demand. So if you go to Made It Myself TV, and I'll put that up here real quick for you. Let me just punch it in case you didn't see this. Made It Myself TV.com. All right, go there and you can download their app if you haven't done so already, but now it's on demand, so you can watch both episodes over and over and over. What did you think of the final outfits? We talked about this in Fashion Sewing Club yesterday. Loved it. Absolutely gorgeous. No info on that yet, Lynn. I'll be sure to let you guys know when the next one is, because we'll let you know in advance so you can do another watch party. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Lorraine. So if you watched it and you watched part 2 and you didn't see the final ending where everybody showed their outfits off, you didn't actually watch all the way to the end. That's what I was getting at. Yeah. Oh, good. You can go back and watch them. And no date. I don't have the exact date for the next episode yet, so you'll just have to stay tuned. But it was pretty fun for the premiere, right? All right, so I have a favor to ask. If you're on Facebook, be sure to follow my page. You won't miss any live shows, and click the like button or love button if you enjoyed this show, especially about the cruise. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to click the like button and subscribe, and you'll never miss a live show. You'll actually get an alert, I think, if you do that. Then you'll never miss a live show, because every once in a while, one works better than the other. And plus, then I'll know if you like the show or not. Oh, I thought so too. And so we're going to have Amanda and Karen and Amy on the live show here so you can ask them questions. I'll let you know when that happens. I thought the final outfits were great. The embellishing was beautiful. Oh my gosh. I really thought they were wonderful. Any last minute questions for me, guys? So fun being back to see you. All right. I think that's all for the news then. If you missed yesterday's show, Cindy did a great job showing, well, she had a pretty funny show after too. If you wanted to see something with software, we were both laughing really hard if you missed her show yesterday afternoon. But on Brother, she showed some really cool things, how to make little boot cuffs, in case you missed that on the Brother show. I don't have a Brother show scheduled for tomorrow unless something comes up that I missed. So I guess I'll see the rest of you next week. Tuesday is Brother at noon. You can always go. I know some of you asked this. Let me bring it up real quick. You can, if you want to see the schedule, I started this in January, and I'll bring it up to show you how to get there. There you go. Go to angelawolf.com. Here, I'll share the screen with you so you can see it. Here it is. Go to angelawolf.com. At the top right up here, click on classes and events. And if you click down, say live show schedule. And on here, you can see all the events coming up. So this is through the end of February. I don't have my live show next Wednesday, but there is a free dime event. That's Thursday. I call it the big sales event because they do a lot of discounts. Just click on here. There's the event. And if you want to join, you click right here. And it will take you to the event so you can register. This is what they're working on. Quilted items. They always have some pretty good discounts. And they usually try to cater to us as garment sewers, but at least some tips for that. So that's how you sign up. I was trying to see, there's a free item. What's the free item this year? Oh, this one right here, free design. I'll pop this link in the comments for you if you want to join. It's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I join you guys at the beginning for a few minutes and then remain in the chat and see what's happening there. So, all right. Any last minute things? Oh, I thought it was gorgeous too. Oh, Patty, did you watch Cindy's? Cindy Hogan, if you're watching, I'm just dying laughing. Patty, did you watch Cindy's show? Because she texted me a photo of the design she worked on, and we were laughing so hard. I mean, every once in a while, you just have to call your friends and get an amazing laugh. And we were crying. We were laughing so hard. So now everybody's going to have to go back and watch her show to see what she made. And just try not to use your imagination too much. Oh, you're welcome. It's so great to see you all. So great to see you all. After that, you saw part of it. Yeah. Well, she called me and we were really crying laughing. So, yeah, don't ever make dog bones in embroidery software live. That's all I got to say. Oh, goodness. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next week. You know where to find me. Would love for you to join the Fashion Sewing Club. Right now, we're working on a really cool outfit. And the replay from yesterday's live show will be up in the club here in about an hour. All right, until next time, I think I got to work on getting another intro to behind the scenes. I should have done one with the beach on the cruise. Wouldn't have that been fun? Well, I didn't. So in the meantime, you can just enjoy the snow. Till next time, happy sewing.